cavernous, humongous Telstra Dome in Melbourne, Australia, one of 3 retractable domed stadiums, and thank goodness for the dome because it's nearly 100 degrees here. It's warm inside as well. We're getting ready for the main event, and while it's difficult to call this a gimme for Kostya Tszyu, the prevailing opinion is Leija in the long run should not pose major problems. We shall see. In fact, Tszyu a 10-1 favorite. Leija's been here a couple of weeks. 14-year veteran Jesse James Leija, honest, hard-working reputation, impressive record. He'll be making the long walk to the ring, down to earth, beloved back in San Antonio. He fought the world's best in 4 weight divisions, including De La Hoya and Mosley. 2-1-1 versus Azuma Nelson. And his last fight, nothing new. His cuts were a factor in a technical win over Mickey Ward. However, it was over a year ago, his longest layoff. Plus, he hasn't been successful against top opposition since 1994. The general feeling, Leija's size and lack of punching power will be big factors, plus the strength of Kostya Tszyu. Bobby, can you realistically put Leija in Tszyu's class right now?
No, I don't think so, Steve. As I just mentioned a little bit, the years of ring wars have really taken a toll on Jesse Leija. Couple that with the fact that he cuts and the style and precision of Kostya Tszyu, and I'll be shocked if he finishes this fight on his feet. 6 or 7, maybe 8 years ago, this would have been a very intriguing matchup, but I truly believe Kostya Tszyu has too much for him, and Leija at this stage of his career, I'm not sure he can hold up.
So Leija in a slow trot. Is he in awe of the surroundings? Well, he told us, hey, when I fought Oscar De La Hoya at Madison Square Garden, that was intimidating. Everything else kind of pales in comparison. So he said he will not have the butterflies here tonight. But it's hard to believe when you look around here at this spectacle.
It's only natural to have butterflies when you're facing a man who could do that much harm to you. I don't care who you are.
Well, you heard him with Jim Gray in the dressing room a few minutes ago during the Abdulayev Holiday fight. He just didn't sound like he was brimming with confidence.
Well, I think I said he's an intelligent guy and he's somewhat realistic, so who knows?
Well, it's Tszyu's first fight in Australia since he stopped Calvin Grove back in 1998. There's his father, Boris, in the middle, holding up one of the many belts that he owns. The man of the hour, local hero, no nonsense, supremely confident Kostya Tszyu. We'll hear it from the big crowd. Spoiled athletes. Tszyu is very refreshing. He is simply a sportsman, but he does need to fight more frequently. Only one fight in 2002. time we see Tszyu, he's so prepared, so unemotional, so relaxed. But these are not normal circumstances, obviously, as you can see. Is there a slim chance, Bobby, he might be over-anxious or distracted in his first title defense in front of his hometown fans?
You know, incredibly enough, Steve, that type of thing can happen to the best of fighters. The mind's a funny thing and can affect the fighter's performance in many ways. But having said that, Kostya Tszyu doesn't strike me as the type of fighter or the type of person to let that be a factor. He made a mistake once with Vince Phillips, and it cost him. He's been basically flawless ever since. I see there's no reason to believe that he would ever let that happen again, excluding tonight.
Off a thorough domination of a guy who's no pushover, Ben Tacky, showed how versatile and complete a fighter he is. He predicts an entertaining fight, but once he knows you can't hurt him, it's usually target practice, and all the experience in the world can't help you. We're set to size him up now as we check out the tail of the tape. Tszyu at 33 is 3 years younger than Leija, the champion with a 2-inch height advantage and the slight edge in reach for Tszyu. At yesterday's weigh-in, Tszyu just under, he's closer to 154 right now, and Leija at 139, but originally 3/4 of a pound over. The notable rules: no standing 8, no 3 knockdown. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the start of the 5th round, it's a no decision. If it happens after the start of round 5, they go to the scorecards. So here at the massive mammoth Telstra Dome in Melbourne, Australia, we're getting ready for our main event, Kostya Tszyu versus Jesse James Leija for the undisputed 140-pound championship. Set for the official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Telstra Dome here in Melbourne, Australia for the featured bout brought to you by Vlad Wharton's Millennium Events in association with Talent Works and Showtime. This unification bout is sanctioned by the WBC President Jose Sulaiman, Supervisor Gabriel Peña Garicano, the WBA President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Yeng Sup Shim, the IBF President Marian Mohammed, Supervisor Ray Wheatley, and the Professional Boxing and Combat Sports Board of Victoria, Australia. The chairman is Bernard Balmer, Secretary Bart McCarthy, with our Chief Physician Dr. John Jory, along with Dr. Lou Lewis. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, we have Michael and Kon Vukovic. Introducing our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Johannesburg, South Africa, Stanley Christodoulou. From Bangkok, Thailand, Noparat Srikaroen. From Melbourne, Australia, Anika Williams. And our 3rd man in the ring, our referee in charge from Melbourne, Malcolm Bolner. All right, fans, here we go with the main event. 12 rounds of boxing for the undisputed 140-pound championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Melbourne, Australia, it is showtime! Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks with gold trim, fighting out of and representing the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas, in the United States. He weighed in at a ready 139 pounds with a record of 43 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws. He has 1 no contest and 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is one of boxing's most admired ambassadors and respected warriors, currently ranked the WBC number 4 contender. Please welcome the classy former WBC super featherweight champion of the world, introducing Jesse James Leija.